I'll get it. Dad.
Hello, Caroline.
Oh, my gosh, come on in.
And I was out and about, and I was just wanted to stop by and see your new quarters.
Oh, I'm glad you did. I called you earlier, but no one answered the phone. I wanted to invite you and Margot to dinner.
Ah, yes. I wondered when you were going to get around to that.
Well, you know what? We're barely settled in yet.
Well, you certainly look settled to me.
You upset?
I am acutely aware of your situation. Your marriage and the fact that I am not a part of it.
Caroline, who's at the door? Hello, Bill.
Ridge.
Welcome to our humble abode.
Yes, I was just commenting to Caroline how settled in you are.
We're coping.
Well, I certainly don't want to take any more of your time.
Dad, don't be silly. Ridge, will you please pour Dad a glass of wine?
No, please, that won't be necessary.
Look, we've only been here not even a week yet, but we're going to have you and Margot to dinner very soon.
Bill, don't feel left out. I haven't even invited my parents over yet.
And how about your brother? Has he stopped by?
Yes, as a matter of fact, he has.
Aren't you both a little awkward in this situation? Your ex-husband, his brother, living right across the courtyard.
All right, Dad.
Caroline, let me answer, will you? Bill, firstly, my mother just got out of hospital. I wanted to be nearby. That's why we're living here. Secondly, we're building a house, and when that's finished, we will promptly move into it. Lastly, awkward or not, I don't really see how any of this is any of your business.
Thorne, we can eat dinner anytime you want.
You know, I was thinking maybe you should just hold off with dinner.
You mean you're not hungry?
Well, no, it's not that. I thought you just might want to wait for Dad.
Oh, no, we'll do it tomorrow. He's going to be too late.
Late dinners are the best kind.
Now you are a son who's beginning to think just like his mother. That's a wonderful idea.
I think so, too. Do you know, I honestly can't remember the last time I saw you this happy.
I can't either. I love your father so much. I realize now how much I really do love him. Thorne, he works too many nights late like this. We are going to have to do something about it. We're going to have to get him to change somehow.
So, shall we toast?
That's a great idea.
All right. Let's see,
How about just to tonight? Whatever it may bring.
whatever it may bring. Come on, sit down. It occurred to me driving here tonight that this may not have been the best place for you and me to meet.
Why not?
Well, I know that you and Ridge had several very, sort of special occasions in this room.
Eric, there's something I have to say to you about Ridge. I loved him like I've never loved any man. And when he married Caroline, I was very hurt. But I've suffered, I've cried, and it's time to move on. So please don't feel awkward or uncomfortable because of my relationship with your son.
All right. I won't. Now, there's something I want to tell you. Something about Stephanie and me. And our relationship. Brooke, I know you're very aware of how shocked and disturbed I was by what Stephanie did to you and your family. And what she did was so cruel and so intolerable that I realize now my marriage is irreparable. It has no future.
I'm sorry, Eric. You must be very disillusioned.
Disillusioned? Yes. But enlightened as well.
Enlightened?
Brooke, for so long there was this terrible apathy in my marriage. I mean, for years, I ignored it. I denied it by throwing myself into my work and my children. But deep inside, I knew there was something missing. Something significant that couples share. Something that Stephanie and I did not share. And secretly, I think I blamed myself.
Why would you do that?
I think because of the way I was raised. I mean, I was raised to believe that if you worked hard at something, you would succeed. And since my marriage wasn't anything you would call a success, I thought I wasn't working hard enough at it. I know that's foolish, but these childhood precepts really hang in there. Until something so staggering impacts your life that you have to sit up and take notice. When I found out what she did to separate your family, it changed completely the way I looked at Stephanie and our marriage. And it changed it forever. And I realized that the reason I was so apathetic, the reason I didn't have any feeling for this woman was not because I wasn't working hard enough at it, but because she was not the kind of person I could love. I respect her. She's a very good mother. And she's had many moments of goodness and moments of great courage. But I don't love her. And I could never love someone who was capable of that kind of manipulation and control.
And yet you're still trying to keep that marriage together, even after everything you found out about Stephanie.
Yeah, I was. And knowing me, I would have struggled with that for years, trying to figure out why I couldn't muster the kind of sensitivity and caring that a husband should have for a wife. But fortunately, I was spared all that. I found out Stephanie's true colors.
For me, Eric, you found out that information about your wife from me. Information that destroyed your marriage.
Well, you're right. Dad is working too late tonight.
He shouldn't be at the office later than 6.
Well, he's always been a hard worker, Mother.
I know that, but we're going to have to change that.
Well, that's not going to be easy to convince him of.
I'm not going to convince him. You and Ridge are going to take on more of his responsibilities. Thorne, your father and I have sacrificed a great deal for this family and for this business. And that's going to change. We have our future ahead of us. We're going to do things together. I want to go around the world. I want to see the Himalayas. I want to see how beautiful the ocean is in Tahiti. I want to do things just for the sake of doing them.
Well, you just sound like a couple who wants to take a 20-year honeymoon.
That's right. That's very accurate. And he wants to do it too. This whole house is going to change. There are going to be wonderful changes here. father and I are in love again.
Ridge, you're absolutely right. But please don't pretend that I am a part of this marriage when obviously I'm not.
Why, Bill, just what part of this marriage would you like to claim as your own?
There, you see? Always the friendly word. To tell you the truth, Ridge, what I want is what any father would want. To spend time with his daughter. And yes, her new husband.
You want to spend time with Caroline and me?
Not with you specifically, but you are part of the package, and I'm willing to make that compromise. But nothing's going to happen because nothing has happened. And if it does now, it's only because I brought it up. So believe me, I certainly do get the picture.
Dad, I don't want you to feel this way.
Well, frankly, I am hurt, to tell you the truth. I was at least expecting a phone call from you people. Anyway, listen, I don't want to go on about this. How are things with you otherwise?
Fine.
And you, Ridge?
Oh, good, Bill. What about you?
Well, believe it or not, and I'm sure you won't, I have been incredibly happy these last couple of days.
Well, Dad, of course we believe that. What's been going on?
Well, I have been surprisingly smitten by this little child.
Really?
Yes. Mark and I have become very fast friends.
Oh, I think that's wonderful.
Margot must be pleased.
Yes, she is.
Well, there you go, Dad. You got the son you always wanted.
Oh, well, that was years ago. Recently, I haven't even thought about children, except for you. But for some reason, I have this great urge to become a father again. I don't know, I suppose it's... Well, I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, Mark and I are becoming very, very close.
Well, I think that's absolutely marvelous. But I want you never to forget that you still have a daughter who still needs your counsel and your love, because I really do.
That's very sweet of you to say so. But believe me, I don't think that you really need my counsel or my love. And I suppose that's what happens when your only child gets married. Anyway, I've said enough and I must be off. This certainly was not the meeting that I hoped for. But for that, I apologize.
Well, Dad, why don't you stay a little longer? We'll have a drink.
Oh, no. It's all right. I will talk to you next week, all right? See you later, Brooke.
Bye.
All right. I'll see if I can get Dad to lighten up.
Now, you're not just saying that to placate me.
No. Actually, I will talk to Rich about it.
Good, because it means everything to me.
I know it does. And you and Dad have yourselves one hell of a night.
Brooke, it would be very wrong for you to blame yourself for my marital problems.
Yes, but if I hadn't said anything to you...
Stephanie and I had trouble in our marriage long before we knew you. Our marriage suffered from lack of interest for years. It's only now that I'm determined to do something about it.
Because of what you learned about Stephanie?
That, yes. But there's another reason.
There is?
I've met someone. Someone who's given me a completely new perspective. I've met a woman.
Well, that was sad.
He'll be all right.
I know he will. Still, you know, I should have thought to call him earlier.
Caroline, we've only been home less than a week.
I know, but this is a very tender situation. I mean, you two don't get along. Think how easy it would be for us to totally not involve him in our lives.
And how easy it would be for him to lay this trip of his on you to make sure that didn't happen.
Well, let's give him the benefit of the doubt, shall we?
Terrific.
What?
Captured by a woman who knows if she gives me a certain look, she can get whatever she wants.
You didn't expect yourself to be in that situation.
It ain't what I bargained for.
Well, it has its certain rewards.
So, you've met a woman,
Yes.
and she's changed you somehow.
Oh, she's changed me significantly.
How?
Well, I'm still trying to sort that out. But I can tell you that I am having feelings that I haven't had for a long time. Feelings that I had become completely unfamiliar with.
What kind of feelings?
Well, you know the sort of thing. When your days are filled with hope and optimism, even when things aren't going that well. When you find yourself thinking of that person and wanting to be with her, wanting to get to know her better. And then, of course, there's the inevitable question you keep asking yourself, does she reciprocate any of these feelings? Is she feeling the same way? Is she feeling the same euphoria?
Do you think she is?
I don't know. But I very much want to ask her.
Why don't you?
Well, because I don't know if she feels the same way, and if she doesn't, I don't want to embarrass myself.
Well, maybe you wouldn't embarrass yourself.
Wouldn't I?
You know, I'm kind of feeling the same way. Afraid.
Well, afraid? Afraid of what? What could you possibly be afraid of?
Afraid that this man that I'm becoming more and more drawn to is beyond my reach, and that it's silly to entertain thoughts.
Then you truly are interested?
Interested? Yes, Eric, I am, at the very least, interested.
Well, then, we shouldn't let these feelings pass us by, if they're real.
Mine are very real.
So am I.